Hello everyone and welcome back. So, the plan for today is to seed this field. I did discuss last time what I was planning on actually putting in here, and I think what I've decided to do, I go here, sorry, I'm going to put wheat in this field and canola in the other one. So we're going to get started straight away with this field. Now, I did make a mistake, which is that I didn't actually skip the night. However, we should be able to get this field planted without any major issues, I believe. So let's get unfolded. Because this is such a wide machine, it should be quite quick to do this job. The only thing I have to be aware of is that I was going to leave a nice big gap at the back of the field. So, let me switch back. Just get that lined up. I think that should be enough space. So, let's turn it on. Lower it down. Oops. Make sure we drive the right way. There we go. We've got the wheat in. It's a slightly strange shape, this field. So I'm going to have to try and do some interesting turning manoeuvres here, and we are going to miss some crop, some corner of the field by the looks of it, which is a bit annoying, but I think we can live with that. Zoomed out too much, so I was completely blocked by the tree then, which is of course not particularly useful. That's the problem with zooming out. Then of course when you zoom out you can see better. Usually. Straight back up. I think we'll turn back here. That's alright. Swing it back around. So this is not going to be the neatest field, but it will do the job we want it to. And the reason I decided to do the smaller field as wheat and the bigger as canola is purely because wheat will fill up my trailer a lot faster and my harvester, and canola will fill it up slower. So it makes sense to me to do it this way round. Other people might not agree. So let's just reverse this back. So I think there's a small patch here. So we'll just tidy that up. This is a bit of a pain with such a big machine, because of course I've just reseeded a big area that I didn't need to, just to get a small patch, but it's okay. I'll cope, I think. Now, I'm not planning on doing this series forever. There are two reasons for this. One is because I've only been making videos on YouTube for 3 weeks, and in that very short time I've been doing it, I have already noticed that there are a lot of things that I needed to improve. So I have been trying to do that. It may not be that noticeable. It's possibly more noticeable in my other series, which is the RimWorld series. Of course, because I'm trying to improve, this series is now going to be at a much lower quality, for the first episodes at least, than I would like it to be. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to a different map. I have got 2 maps already set up. One of them is Oakfield Farm, and the other one is Mercury Farms. Mercury Farms is one which I'm really interested in doing, mainly because of the way the map is set up. Honestly, I love it. I played it on 17, but not for long because 19 came out just after Mercury Farms was released. But I thought the whole idea of the map was absolutely amazing. I've been playing it on a multiplayer server with some friends, and we all love it to bits. You've got the agroforestry in there, as well as the ability to chop down the hedges and the fences and make your fields bigger, which I think is great. It's something that I would love to see on all of the maps, to be honest. So I'm thinking of doing that one, but of course Oakfield Farm is a nice British map. It's a very good map from 17, even though I didn't actually play it on 17 at all. I think at that time I was playing Colbert Park and the Valley of the Old Farm, which the Valley of the Old Farm I think is probably my favourite map. I really, really hope it's redone, but I don't think it's going to be, because I think that's Bullet Bill, who's now said categorically that he does not want to be making mods for FS19 because he doesn't like the FS19 setup, which I think is a real shame, but I can understand if he's in complete disagreement about how the system works and they've made it more difficult for modders, then I do understand. Just a big shame, because I really, really love the Valley of the Old Farm and Colbert Park Farm. Although I may be getting confused, and it may be that they're 2 different modders, 2 different stories. So if I am, I apologise to the original modder, or to both if I'm getting them both wrong, which is completely possible. So let's get ourselves unfolded again. The machine is so wide, it's so quick to actually get the work done. Because it is getting late. So yeah, I need to stick some lights on. I don't think we really need the hazard light, the beacon lights, but I like having them on, so I'm going to leave them on anyway, even if it seems pointless. So let's get that down. Oh, no. Lift it up. I need to change the seed, don't I? Canola. There we go. Now let's put it down, on and back up, back down. There we go. So we'll get this field done. And as soon as this field's done, we will sleep. We do have a fertilizer sprayer, which I think I filled up as well. If not, we're going to struggle. Oh, of course that was going to happen, of course. Let's just turn around, back out to there we go. No. I pressed the completely wrong button. I only wanted to lift the thing up. Back over here. I'm sure some of the maps on... Oh look, sorry, I'm getting distracted. The tyres have sunk in. That's nice. Yeah, I'm sure some of the maps on 17 had the clicks in the actual gate rather than in the rather than on the gate post, which I used to like. Some of them even needed you to keep clicking, so you actually had to push the gate closed and open as you would in real life, which again is a nice touch. Try not to miss big chunks, but we are still missing some parts. It's a very square field actually, in the corners. Well, that might be the stupidest sentence ever said by anyone. Of course it's square in the corners, we wouldn't have corners otherwise. I mean it's not a rounded edge map. Field even. It is along the outside, but not this section in the middle, this sort of strange strip that we have. So we're going to get this done. And then, like I said, it'll be time for bed. I did mention before, what I've decided to do is the guys will be sleeping in a hotel, Alex and Barbara, and that hotel is going to be $150 a night. So I will take that directly from our money. I will do it before the next episode though, I won't do it immediately in the morning, just because it involves editing the XML file and I have to quit the game. I know Daggerwin does this sort of thing in his survival series, but I think he does have to quit the game so we can modify the XML and remove some money, which I don't want to do, to be honest. So I'm not going to. Ooh, a bit of tyre spin there. I think there's a ditch at the end. Make this headland a little bit bigger, well, 12 meters bigger technically, just so that it's a bit easier to turn around at the end. Yeah. Down, and off we go for another run. So I know a lot of people haven't actually watched these videos. Anyone who has, please do give me any feedback you have, because then I can try and take it into account, and I really would like to make the videos entertaining. The way I'm running this series is not the same way that I would normally play a single player game on my own. So I'm not doing this for my own entertainment, although of course I do get to drive around in tractors playing Farming Simulator in the evenings. But I'm doing this for entertainment of other people as well, so it would be nice if the videos were actually something that people wanted to watch. So any criticism, bad or good, I am happy to hear it. Constructive, of course. Criticism such as "you're rubbish" is not going to be of much help unless you explain why. But yeah, if you are watching, please do let me know. And if there's something good, tell me. And when I change to new map, whether it's Oakfield or Mercury Farms, I will try and continue doing that in that map. So we've got just one more run left on this side of the field, and then we're going to have to go back to the other side and do that. It's almost 7 o'clock at night, so it is it's getting time for bed, and to be that time of day or night even. Well, not really for bed, but at least the sort of time where people don't normally continue working, I think. Although having said that, I've seen farmers such as Welker Farms working well into the night, midnight at times he said it is when he's finishing work. Dedicated. I don't think it's something that people do all the time normally. I think maybe that's in those sorts of exceptional circumstances where it's required. Put our headland on here, and we'll go once around the field and start the straights. Stop there. I do also have an idea for a series. However, to do that I require seasons. So as soon as seasons is released, and I've had a little bit of time maybe to just get familiar with the new workings of it, because I believe it's going to have some significant upgrades. Things that are going to make the mod and the game just so much better. So I might need a couple of hours on a single player to just try and work out exactly what those changes mean. But after that, I think I have an idea that hopefully be really nice. I won't give anything away yet, because to be honest it's also going to depend on the seasons mod itself. And I could do it when I'm on here, but it's very difficult. I'd essentially have to stage being on a seasonal working type arrangement. So whereas in seasons you're going to have the 4 seasons where you can grow and where you can't, different days of the season, I would have to do something similar to Virtual Farmers role playing, where he sort of treats each episode as a separate day and doesn't reseed a field immediately, because of course that's not what would happen, because you would be waiting for the next season. And while that is possible, I don't think I really want to do that just yet. So I'm gonna give seasons a bit more time. I know they are working hard to try and get it ready, but it's just not It's not something I want them to rush, because I've heard about things from the forums, from ranking, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, the things that they planned to put into 17, but because they were entering the mod contest, they just didn't have the time to do it, and then in the end they were never added. And they're the sorts of things that would have made the game much better, things like the fact that we now have a death mod, because death was built into the game by Giants, but it was never implemented fully, so someone else has taken that task upon themselves. And it's that sort of stuff that I'd rather realismus modding actually got it all done the way they wanted it, no bugs, and we can all be really happy with it straight away. I would rather wait and have that than have seasons now and it be missing features that I know would make the game even better and the mod even better. So while I've been rambling, we've almost finished. Just got one line left now. There we go. And you might be able to hear my steering wheel, by the way. I'm not sure how loud it is. I won't know until I actually do the editing. Hopefully it's not too bad. So just get that folded up. Turn those beacon lights off, and we can get back into the other field and park this up. Oh no, sorry, not that entrance. This one here. We really need to buy this field so that we can justify using it as a cut through, because the other farmer's probably not going to be very happy with us otherwise. Let's just get out. Back up to our other field. Park it up. And Alex and Barbara can go and get themselves some dinner in their hotel, which I believe is more like a B&B, but get themselves some food, get a bit of a rest, and then tomorrow morning, oh, what am I stuck on? Okay, so I took that turn a bit too tight. I'm going to have to drive into the crop a bit. Luckily, there is no crop at the moment. Oh, now it's got dark. Turn the lights on. So we'll get this guy parked up over here. Turn off those lights, switch off the engine, put the handbrake on, and we're not too far back, are we? No, we've got plenty of room. And now Alex and Barbara, they are going to disappear for the evening, and we will join them in the morning after they've been to the B&B. Hello! So, I'll see you in the morning. So, good morning everyone. As you can see, Barbara is down at the shop. Alex is still up at the Airbnb, which is where they're staying. Nice little balloon floating through the sky there. So, what we need to do is we need to go and change the wheels on this. I'm hoping it's free. But what I'll do is I'll just take a loan out instead, in case. We did have to borrow another 5,000 to buy those pallets over here. So we've got one fertilizer and one herbicide. I don't remember which is which. Herbicide, there we go. And fertilizer. So, yes, we did have to take out a loan to do that. Look how dirty this tractor is. That's incredible, to be honest. Oh, sorry. Should we turn the engine off first? Now, I know I'm supposed to take all the implements off, really, but I think it's okay. So let's go and change this. I believe... narrow. 200. It wasn't that expensive. More than we had, but... okay. So we've now got some care wheels. So let's attach the hardy and the weight, get those both on. Turn on the engine. And we can go and get ourselves filled up with some herbicide. We are going to need to put both herbicide and fertilizer down, but we do herbicide this morning, and then probably we will do the fertilizing either tomorrow morning or late this evening, just to give the plants enough time to be able to, well, not the plants, just to give the soil enough time to absorb what we've put in there, which in this case is obviously herbicide. I don't think I've got any weeds in the field. Let's have a quick check. Oh, we do. We do have weeds in the field, okay. Because you can preemptively spray herbicide, and that will kill off any weeds. Which is obviously... sorry, kill them off. It'll kill them off if you spray the weeds with them. If you preemptively spray, what will happen is you will prevent any weeds from coming through. This seems to have worked when I did it on a single player game. Something I saw Virtual Farmer doing, and I didn't think it was real, but he seemed to get it working. So maybe it is. Maybe it does actually work. A couple of Google searches have shown nothing, so that doesn't fill me with confidence, but yeah, it worked on... oh, I always go past that. I've got the traffic turned off, so I know I can do this. The only reason I've got the traffic turned off is because I could not drive the harvester anywhere without getting smashed to pieces by people. That was in the old harvester though, so maybe the new one is okay. Turn that indicator off. So we'll do this field first. So let's just get this unfolded. It's nice and big, which is good. And hopefully, by doing this now, we will not get any weeds before we come to harvest. That would be excellent, of course. I think, given the height of the crops, this is probably okay. So, let's get going. Kill off these weeds. Because that's going to remove from the yield that we get at the end. And once the weeds are gone, like I said, we'll spray with some fertilizer later on. If we do have weeds later on, just before it's time to harvest, we can spray again, because I don't think we're going to use up all of the herbicide I bought, which was 3,000 litres. It's quite a lot. Right, let's turn that off, because I had some pretty terrible driving there, to be perfectly honest. Let's get it back on again. Try and take it a bit more easily. Oof. I'm still hitting things doing very well here at all. Yeah, so when I asked for feedback about what I was doing well and what I wasn't, my driving, you don't need to tell me about that, it's okay, I think I know. Because it's not going too well today. Get back up here. There's no point in spraying where we've already been. Start again. So you can see the weeds disappearing as we go. That's exactly what I want. And to make sure this field is completely wheeled free. Weed free will do. Doesn't have to be wheeled free. And once we've put the herbicide down, I think that will be it for today's episode. Because I don't want to make the episodes too long, because then it becomes difficult to watch, especially if they're terrible. If people tell me these videos are awful and there's lots and lots of things I need to change, then putting in really long videos is not going to make anyone happy. So I think it's better if I keep them the sort of 30-40 minute mark. I think that's probably for the best. But I think we can get both fields sprayed before the end of the episode. That should be fine. It's not too much of a challenge. I can see that we've just missed a bit. Let me see how big and heavy it is. Oh, it's minute. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to waste time spraying a large section that we've already sprayed just for a very small section. If we have to come back later to do more weeding, then it's fine, we can fix it then anyway. We could have used a weeder for those. Weeders are very efficient in terms of cost. But we are starting out, so we don't have enough money to go and buy a weeder as well as a sprayer, which is why I purposely bought a sprayer which could do both, as opposed to a large fertilizer spreader which can also do lime. Because I think the lime in my opinion is less important. I think it's not less important in terms of the yield. We'll have a look now while that's unfolding. So if we go to improving yield, bad weeds 20%, lime 15%, and it's every 3 harvests. Do these fields need lime? Yes, they both do. But weeds are 20, lime is 15. So the weeds to me are the more important items. They're the ones that I need to pay more attention to. We can fix the lime later. I have seen that the Amazon sprayer works very well at spraying lime, so we might have a look at that as a cheap method for liming these fields. Well, not that cheap, because you need a lot of lime. Lime runs out so quickly when you're using it. But if the actual sprayer itself is quite cheap to buy, then we might use that. We could even lease it. If it's only every 3 harvests, then leasing one every 3 is not that bad an idea. Of course we'll have to pay for the material, the actual lime to put in there, but that's not so bad. I think we can deal with that. So here we go. Almost the first headland done. Oh, of course we hit the tree. Of course we did. I say we. Of course I hit the tree. It's me who's driving. Quite carelessly. I can't blame anyone else for it. I do like this addition to the game though with the weeds. I think it is a very nice addition. Because we had the weeders in 17, but they didn't do anything. They just acted as a fertilizer in the first stage of growth, which is not realistic at all. So I really do like that we have weeds that we have to kill and spray off, but I wish there was more to do in terms of prevention. We now have lime to try and sort of pH neutral the soil. No, I think the lime is alkaline, possibly. I don't remember. But to change the pH of the soil to help the plants grow better, we have the lime. So, couldn't we also at the same time have something that we could put down that would prevent weeds from coming through? It doesn't seem that far-fetched an idea. Not to me, at least. Maybe other people completely disagree with me and think it's ridiculous and we just have to live with it as it is currently. But I did see one of the posts by Realismus Modding said that they completely overhauled the weed system. So you will no longer have an entire field that suddenly becomes covered with weeds. You will have certain areas become covered with weeds in certain growth stages and you can get rid of them. And then in the next growth stage you might have a different area that's affected, which I guess is more realistic. I don't think you would just find weeds all of a sudden across your entire field, but I'm not a farmer, so I can't state that for a fact. But I would imagine it's something you find in localized areas, like you do in your garden. So, right, that's that side done. Let's drive a bit more slowly so we try not to hit things. Let's get this side done. No. Press the wrong button. And off we go. I don't remember if the fertilizer goes down at the same rate as the herbicide, because if it does, this is brilliant news. It means that we are going to be able to cover our fields with just the material we've bought, which means we don't have to buy any new material. We've hit the tree. We could swing the boom through the hedge, but we can't swing it through a tree. Puh. Here's me talking about wanting realism. Ironic, really. But there we go. Maybe that's something that everyone likes, is my terrible, terrible driving. Maybe it's just funny to watch how bad it is. Not so funny for me when I watch it back and realise that I'm absolutely awful. And the worst thing is, I can drive. And I don't drive like this when I actually drive cars. But, I guess I don't have 16 feet of boom sticking out the back of the car. That is something. No, we're going to hit. At least I managed to work out for myself that time that we're going to hit something. That is possibly an improvement. Swing up here. There we go. Get this going again. Off we go. So we are now almost finished. We're going to have one run left to do in a second. Let's just try and see where it is, because it's quite difficult. I can see some up ahead. Oh, it's just a small patch by here. Okay. Almost seems a waste of herbicide to do it, but we will, because this is the canola crop, and I really want the canola crop to be perfect, because it can possibly make us a lot of money. So we missed a small patch there. I'm not going to go back for that. I know I just said I wanted to make it perfect, but I'm not going to go back just for that tiny piece. So we will drive over to the other field, field 46, where we've got our sort of stock area, our miniature yard. We can drop off the contents of the sprayer, we drop off the herbicide we've got, and then, so I just hit my microphone then we can hopefully go and fill up the fertilizer next time and get that job done. So let's just see, I think it's I. There we go. Where did that pop out? Just by there. Okay, so I'll just quickly try and push that back. Very gently give it a, just so it's on the grass rather than here. There we go, that's perfect. So, we will leave it there, and thank you for watching. Remember to leave a comment if you have any for me, and I will see you next time on Meadowgrove for some fertilizing. See you soon, bye bye.